So as promised, here's your answers to your practice questions. Factor a squared plus 7a minus 18. If you're using your table or your common factor table, I'm trying to find the factors of 18. I know are 1 and 18. I know are 2 and 9 and 3 and 6. So I have all those combinations of numbers to test for the factors of 18 that are going to add to 7. Now, obviously, it can't be, let me write this list out a little bit neater. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. Those are my factors of 18. They need to it's going to multiply together to give negative 18 and add together to give 7. We know right away, well, it can't be 1 and 18 because there's no way I can add or subtract 1 and 18 to get to 7. Now I'm left with 2 and 9 or 3 and 6. Well, any way I put it, I can't add together positive or negative values of 6 to give me 7. That's not going to work. Whether 6 is positive or negative or 3 is positive or negative, that's not going to work. So it can't be this combination either. So I only need to look at the combination of 2 and 9. It needs to add together to give me a positive 7, but multiply together to give me a negative 18. So I play with 2 and 9 so I can see that my product needs to be negative 18, my sum needs to be 7. Well, if they're both positive, I'm going to get a positive 18 and I'm going to get 11. So they can't both be positive. One of them has to be negative, if not both. Well, let's try both negative. Negative 2, negative 9. Gives me that positive 18 again, which is not what I want. I want negative 18. It also adds to give me negative 11, so it's still wrong. So then I think, okay, what about negative 2 and positive 7? Sorry, not 7, I mean 9. Well, that's going to multiply together to give me negative 18. That's going to add together to give me positive 7, which is actually what I'm looking for. My last combination, though, which I didn't try, was 2 and negative 9. That actually is going to give me negative 18, which is what I'm looking for, but a negative 7, which is not what I'm looking for. So none of these combinations work. The only one that works is the negative 2 and the positive 9. Simply write by a binomial bracket, put in an a, minus 2, positive 9, minus 2 plus 9. Let me write that a little neater, plus 9. And again, a quick check, you could FOIL this out, first, outside, inside, last, distributive property, whichever one you're using, to see if you ended up with the correct answer. And you would be. Second example, x squared plus 7x plus 10. I'm looking for, now I'll do this a little bit abbreviated. I'm not going to use the table. I'm just going to think to myself, if this is what I have, x squared plus 7x, x squared plus 7x plus 10. I think I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together to give me 10. Those same two numbers add together to give me 7. Well, what are those two numbers? Well, if they're multiplying together to give me 10, it's got to be 1 and 10, or it's got to be 2 and 5. So it has to be some sort of combination of 2 and 5. In this case, because it's positive 7, they're both positive, so it's 2 and 5. Write down my x in my binomial brackets, plus 2, plus 5. There's my two practice questions done. Return shortly for example number 3.